Hello everybody, it's Drew from Langlois Vital Nutrition Center here with you. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you to all of our subscribers and everybody who leaves a comment. It's wonderful to see that. What I'm going to do in this video is potentially put myself in some hot water. Because what I want to do is describe the difference between vitamins, minerals, and foods, and herbs, and prescription drugs, and over-the-counter medications. Let's see where it takes us. So, I divided them into three separate categories. The first category is your vitamins, your minerals, and your foods. What these do really well is they provide the nutrients needed by the body to undertake any process. So anytime the body is going to get something done, it's going to use vitamins and minerals and the things we find in foods to get it done. So we can look at them a lot like fuel. Next category I want to talk to you about is herbs. And herbs are plants, so they are technically a food, but they function a little bit differently than most foods. Herbs will stimulate the body to do certain processes. They will also provide a little bit of the fuels. Most herbs have some vitamins and some minerals in it, not very large amounts. Okay. So the way that I like to describe herbs, if we're going to describe vitamins, minerals, and foods as fuel, then we're going to call herbs natural ignition. So the herbs will start processes. They will stimulate the body to start things. And then if we're going to sustain those things that they started, we're going to want fuel. Hopefully this is making sense so far. The third category, we get into prescriptions and over-the-counter medications. And these are totally separate and totally removed from the vitamins, minerals, foods, and the herbs. Prescriptions and over-the-counter medications are also an ignition system, but they do not check the fuel supply before they ignite. So I'm going to put down ignition here. This column, this category, will start processes in the body regardless of the person's nutritional status. There's pros and cons to this. The pro is that if somebody is dying, it's not a great time to try to intervene with some food. But there might be a prescription or an over-the-counter medication that can start a process that will save that person's life. I've seen people almost die and then have antibiotics save their life. I'm not a big fan of antibiotics, but in that circumstance, we stopped loss of life. So I can't really argue with that ignition. But please keep in mind, when we're using prescriptions and when we're using over-the-counter medications, that it is burning through fuel without checking the fuel supply. So we have to make sure that our nutritional status is being addressed, because we know the ignition system is taking off already. So of course everybody's going to have personal preferences about things. So the con that I would say to the prescriptions and the over-the-counter medications is that they don't check the nutritional status and they can deplete us of certain nutrients. If you've been on water pills before, let's say for high blood pressure, you've probably been told that you need to get a lot of potassium, either in a supplement form or in a food form, because those water pills often use up a lot of potassium. So that would be one example of the cons to the prescriptions. So I want to make sure that you understood the difference between these categories. We always want to make sure that we are well fueled, and that's why we use vitamins, minerals, and foods. There are certain times where we want to start a process, we want to ignite a process in the body, and there are a lot of herbs that can do that for us. And then there are circumstances, I would often define them as emergencies, where in this category the prescriptions and the over-the-counter medications might be needed. Please keep in mind that both of the categories that are ignition systems require fuel. Thank you for watching this video. I don't feel like the water I'm in is quite as hot as I expected it to be. Please let us know what questions and comments you have. We love to respond to that stuff. We love to hear from this community. Have a great day.